Good morning, everyone. Kind of having an awkward morning, but I'm making some juice, so I figured I'd share it with you guys. I had some strawberries, and with the strawberries, I'm just gonna pull that off, and I can just plop those in whole. Well, I think I need another bowl, maybe not. I got some grapefruits, and then some beets. So, you can't put this in there, so you have to break it down. But let's pull these leaves off the strawberries first. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm not sure what angle I got, but at least I have an angle. I mean, it's recording. Because it's cold in the kitchen, but I don't want to put the central heat on, so I have a heater by my legs. So that's why I had to get this angle. Nevertheless, I don't think it matters what angle you have, long as you can see. So I just went to the store, and on my way out of the store, there's a lady and her daughter there. And it's freezing cold today. Like, normally when I'm going in and out my car, I don't use my coat. But I mean, it's so cold today, like you have to put on your coat. You will freeze that little bit of time. And then inside the store it's cold too, because they have the produce aisle, so on and so forth. So you're not going to even get warmed up in the store. Maybe as you get further into the store, you may warm up. So when I came out, there was the lady standing there with her daughter, and kind of threw me for a curveball because it's a curveball because it's so cold out. So I was just kind of confused, but so I asked them that they need a ride, but she said she was going to the Georgia Dome, which is not too. Well, let me rinse this water out first. Okay. Which isn't too far, but nevertheless, it's not on my way home. I thought maybe that they lived in the in the area, about 2 or 3 minutes away. So, um, because actually, I wasn't even supposed to be in that store. I had went to another supermarket to get veggies, but they didn't have any eggplants. So I only stopped in that store, Kroger, for some eggplant. So she said she needed money to catch the train, and I was like, okay, well, she had like a cart with food in it. So if you had a cart with food in it, why do you need money to catch the train? I was kind of confused. But then she said if I can give her a ride home, but I told her that was too far. So I got in the car and I felt bad. I had to just leave. Like, I wish I could have helped them so much, especially the daughter. I felt so bad. But this day and time, you can't just let strange people in your vehicle. Like, you never know what their intentions are. They could have driven me to a spot and then maybe robbed me, of my groceries and what I had in my purse. So you just can't take a chance no matter how you can't go by looks. So with the beets, I'm going to cut off the tips, the bottom, and the top. I'm going to leave that skin on because that's where all the nutrients are. And then, like, this one can fit in there, but it'll be hard to juice. So I'm going to cut them in half. So pretty much I'm going to cut the beets in half. It's the red beets. Those look so fresh and delicious. Yummy, yummy, yummy. My mom loved beets just like this. She just cleans them and slices them up, and then she eats them in her salad or just as a snack. But I never liked really beets, but I love to juice them. So if you don't like the taste of beets, juice them. It's very, very nutritional. So back to that story. I just hate I couldn't help her. So where she said she lived, that was like 16 minutes away, which wasn't too bad. And then I was like, Tanya, no, you can't. You can't just let them in your car. You don't know them. It's so sad. And then she was asking for money. I don't like to give people money. I barely have money myself. Oh, what do you do in that case? Please leave a comment. If I had a man with me, I would have threw them in the car immediately and took them where they had to go, no problems. But it's just me. And with my disability, I can't defend myself. So that heater was burning my legs. I had to slide it over a bit. Yeah, but I mean, I cried. I cried on the way home. It's so sad that so many people are struggling. It's sad. You know, sad. And then it's a Monday morning. Shouldn't the daughter like be in school? Oh man. Sometimes I wish I was a millionaire. I would have just taken them shopping and got them everything they wanted. Especially the daughter, clothes or whatever she needed, shoes for school, get her hair done, and then take them home. But unfortunately, I'm not a millionaire. I can't do that type of stuff. But that brought tears to my eyes. Not so much crying for them because I know they're going to be just fine. Oh, God's going to take care of them. I was just crying because I couldn't help them. I felt so bad. Like I wanted to help. I wanted to help, but I couldn't. I'm sad. You know, talking about the heater was burning my legs. Let me tell you this story. So one day my son comes to my room and he says, "Mommy, what's this on my leg?" I said, "I don't know." I said, it was kind of like holes, like looked like some type of rash, some type of weird looking rash, something that I've never seen in my life, and I've raised kids already. So I said, well, does it itch? He said, no. I said, well, let's just clean it off, and we'll see how it goes the next day. So we cleaned it off the next day. It was like it got even worse. So I took him to the emergency room, and they had us in there all day. Jesus. And then they wanted to keep him overnight because they needed one of the specialist doctors to come in because they have never seen nothing like that before and they didn't know what it was. And so my son was petrified. You know, he's thinking he's gotten some rare disease or something. So I think it was after midnight and they were kicking me out the emergency room. You know, due to COVID, they have policies and procedures. So I had to come home. As soon as I got in the house, and mind you, I'm never outside at night. So I was petrified to drive home by myself. And then I literally had to get out the car and get in my house. I was petrified. I mean, the driveway's right there, but still, something that you don't do is not. You're not used to doing it. So as soon as I got in the house and took off my clothes and laid down, my son calls. He says, "Mom, you can come get me." The specialist doctor came in, and he said he was asking me questions. The second question was, "Do you use a heater?" And he says, "Yes, I have a heater in my room." And the doctor says, "Well, do you sit near the heater with your legs?" He said, "Yes, I sit right under it, and my mom always tells me not to." It was a burn from the heater. That's why it looked so rare and like some type of disease, and everybody was freaking out. It was hilarious. So I mean, nevertheless, I didn't want to go back out, but I was so happy to go get my son. I got there. I think I might have speeded, and I got there so fast and got him. And my poor son, he was so scared. He said, "Mommy, I was petrified." I said, "I know you were. I know you was. Because you're thinking you caught some type of fungus or something, and they might have to amputate your leg." I mean, we didn't know what was the issue. So what happened was the heat. I always told my son, do not sit close to that heat. But you know, teenagers, they don't listen. They get right up under that heater because they love that warm. And that's what burnt his leg, the heater. And that's why the heater has like those honeycomb holes, you know, like a honeycomb, like a bee honeycomb. And that's what was on his leg, that same pattern. So thank God that specialty doctor, he's been in the business so long, he's come upon this before. So he knew exactly what it was. Oh my gosh. And do you know how much money we spent for that emergency visit? And it was not, it was not even a rash. I don't know. You're supposed to juice the skin on the grapefruit. I always take it off. Yeah, I always take it off. Let me get a bag and clean up this mess. I mean, if you're strong, you can even pass these pieces of beets through because there's still juice in here. But I can't. I seem to get stuck with these roots at the end because I'm not strong enough to push it through. And I guess it depends what type of juicer you have. If you have one of those expensive kinds, that'll take care of that. Well, you don't have to use force. Just plop that thing in there and it'll do what it needs to do. So when you're juicing beets, it's good to have something sweet because the beets have like a soury taste or kind of a pickly taste. So that's why I add the grapefruit and the strawberries for sweetness. And I guess you can also use oranges. And never throw this out. You can just suck it. It tastes so good. Mmm. I was trying to do my camera where I can talk, where you can see me talking and cutting at the same time, but it doesn't work out like that. I mean, I can do it, but won't be able to have a close-up of the cutting board. Yeah. And so my cutting board, I use one side for my fruits and my other side for my vegetables. And the reason why I do that is because I don't like that onion taste or that garlic taste on my fruits. So that's why, I mean, even though you can wash it out, but sometimes it stays in there. And that's why I buy cutting boards where you could distinguish each side, where one side looks totally different from the other side, so you never get mixed up, because you will get mixed up if it's the same. And if that's the case, you can put a mark on one side also, so you could distinguish the different sides. But it's good to use one side of your cutting board for your fruits and the other side for your veggies. And then for my meats, I normally use glass. Not always, because I don't always like to clean it. You know, that's a whole extra cutting board that you have to clean when you're when using the glass cutting board to prepare your meat. You know, you have to like cut your meat, your chicken. Yeah. I think 2 is enough. Yeah, because I'm getting tired. And if you see any seeds in the grapefruit, go ahead and take them out because they will add like a sour taste to your juice. And I'm going to show you a tip. Use your, you know, when you go to like, this came from Kroger, the supermarket. When you go there, and then you have these bags, you can put them inside. Let me push this up some. You can put it inside your juicer. Is that on the camera? Yeah. So it's easier to clean. This is the waste. So when you're done, you just take the whole bag out. So you see how I put it in there? Yeah. It's a little tip I got from Google. So it makes cleanup easier. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be juicing: the strawberries, the grapefruits, and then the beets. Doesn't that look such a healthy drink? So I'm not going to blend it on the camera. It'll make too much noise, so I'll come back and show you the drink. Okay, so I'm all done. Oh, it's delicious. You know, I was just thinking, I could have just videotaped me blending it and then just extracted the voice out so you wouldn't hear that blender. But nevertheless, you know how to use a juicer. It's so simple. You just put the fruit in there and you juice it. So this is what it comes out, and it tastes delicious. Now, if you love the taste of beets, go by all means, don't add the grapefruit and the strawberry. That's just extra calories, especially those strawberries. And the grapefruit is really low in calories. But it's delicious. I think some people add water. I don't like to add water. And I normally use these ball jars, a small one to juice it in, then I pour it into these big ones and store this in the refrigerator. So I have a whole, you know what I just cut up and cleaned? I have a whole nother set of strawberries, beets, and grapefruit, so I'll be getting to that. At the time I finish this will be full up, and I'll put the top on, put that in the refrigerator, and I'll have another one. I'm going to probably do 2. And I'm also making some carrot juice. I guess I could add that to the end of the film. I don't know. But I wanted to tell you to be careful with this juice. It really stains. That's why I cleaned. You see, I cleaned all the cutting boards and the juicer itself. And I wanted to show you that tip that I was telling you about. You see how the bag catches all the stuff? And all you do is just pull the bag out. It's so simple. And of course, this is beet juice, so it left a lot of mess. But oh no, there was a hole in the bag too. Okay, well maybe you need to double the bag. See, this never happened. You see how it's dripping? But still, you get the idea. It helps with cleaning. Yeah, it helps with cleaning. And then you just tie that up and discard of it. I'm not gonna pull it away because it's dripping. You see the beet juice. All that juice in there that I'm wasting. But I mean, I think if you have a garden, you can pull this into your garden. Yeah, to give your garden extra protein. See, I've never had a bag that had a hole in it, so now I do have to rinse it, but nevertheless, it would be a lot worse, more cleaning if I didn't have that bag in there. Okay, so bon appetit. I hope you enjoy. God bless.